Oh, yes, you know exactly what it is, even if it's on a Saturday afternoon. Um, Weather good out here in Nashville, you know what I'm saying? But and hope the weather is still the same, well, if not better than it has been in the whole area of Northern Illinois, because I get all the updates. It be looking bad. Don't plan on
Man,
moving back.
man.
I'll visit y'all in like June at this point. It looked crazy out it looked crazy out there. But I'll tell you what's also looking crazy is the runway to the Elimination Chamber. And that's going to be coming up here really soon as we prepare to get further down the road to WrestleMania. And you want people to talk about it. Scratch that. You want two guys that talk about wrestling unconventionally to do that, and you are in the right place. So, yes, get ready. It is time for the First Black Champ podcast, and I am still the podcast Intercontinental Champion, Camp from the Port.
And I am J.R. Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download to the Barbershop Network, home of First Black Champ. Make sure you follow us on everything at the FBC POD. And we got a dope show for y'all today. And Camp ain't lying. This weather's been very confusing because the other day it got like the 70.
Oh, I got the 70 up there for y'all too?
Oh yeah, it got the 70. Then
Wow.
it started getting weird again. It looked cold outside. I ain't been outside. It's cold outside. Yeah, it's cold outside. You know what I'm saying? A little frosty
Man.
and stuff like that. So it's definitely what the OGs will call pneumonia weather.
Right. Hey, yo, where's Al Gore? Does Al Gore have a YouTube channel?
I don't know.
Because he got to be talking about this. Al
I know
Gore,
he is.
Al Gore, I will always associate with global warming and the internet. So I don't see how he not on YouTube talking about either one right now.
Well, the dude that's president said that global warming ain't true and stuff. So
Yeah. He say a lot of stuff ain't true because he's involved.
yeah,
And he's complicit.
Yeah, so
And we'll just stop there because this is a wrestling show.
Yeah, we stop that because then y'all get up in the comments talking about some new guys, and I ain't got no time for that.
Facts. And we'll beat you up.
Yes. And the way this week is going, I wouldn't mind beating somebody up right now.
Facts.
All right, so let's get into WrestleMania 42 before we get to Elimination Chamber because there's been a lot of conversation around just the ticket sales. Apparently, they're slower than normal. You know, it's like us being at our jobs or former jobs and having conversations about these ticket sales. We got to do more on social. Just some text blasts and some app. Just like what are we doing here? Like how are we getting people activated? Well, it feels like or it sounds like a lot of people ain't as activated as you would want them to be when it comes to ticket sales around WrestleMania. Now, ticket sales reportedly, I ain't looked, but no, according to reports, the nosebleed seats is around $266. Section A1 is almost $9,000. Elite packages go up to $46,000 for just one person.
Man.
But just also let's look at it like this. Tourism might not be as active because who want to come to America right now?
Man, listen. Right. Who want to stay in America on top of it?
Yeah. And when you have a lot of the political stuff that's going on, and you do for WrestleMania get a lot of people overseas that may come to watch the showcase of Immortals. There's a lot of reasons why ticket sales could be slow. Also, this is Vegas 2 years in a row. And I believe the last time WrestleMania was in the same spot 2 years in a row, talk about full circle, is WrestleMania 4 and 5.
Yep, absolutely.
At Trump Plaza, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. But that was flanked with a tournament at WrestleMania 4, and then Hogan Macho Man at WrestleMania 5's main event. This main event is CM Punk versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I ask you, is that a main event that you feel like is quality, top-notch quality, in trying to push tickets to get people to the biggest event of the year?
I really do think it is. Looking at the entire roster, looking at who we have, and hey, not for nothing, just looking at the last 10 years of who casual fans may or may not know, I think it doesn't. Well, it technically could be bigger, but we've seen that main event already. So, based on the roster that exists right now, and I'm really trying to just do that last minute like mental comb through, I think this is the definite biggest that you could get with a non-celebrity, non-athlete in another sport going against specifically Roman Reigns.
So outside of us knowing when it comes to the event business,
Mm-hmm.
how hard it is to push tickets, especially when it comes to finances and some of the stuff that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about creative. Like, do you feel like creative could be a major reason why tickets are not moving as fast as TKO would like? Or do you feel like it's basically money tourism and it'll pick up?
I think it's money tourism because creative, we often talk about creative, but banging, you and I have been around long enough to know that there was a point in time that we never talked about creative.
Right.
Like that's a new conversation when it comes to why things ain't selling. You know what I mean? Like, so like it wasn't until I'm gonna venture and say like 2013 where it was like we heard, oh, you go to catering or creative has nothing for you. That's when that conversation started becoming the thing. I've been watching wrestling twice over that amount of time. If it's 2012 to 2026, we're talking about 14 years. I've been watching wrestling since I was 4 or 5. So it's so for me, I don't think it's that. What I truly do believe though is just it's the financial piece. I mean, don't get me wrong, especially if we're talking about a stadium, $300 for a nosebleed ticket theoretically is not bad. But that's where most real fans are going to be if the A1 seat it's 10 racks with tax. Let's just keep it a buck. Like
Right.
it's 10 bands with tax and then all the other fees because everybody gonna get their cut. I think that's more of the issue than anything because wrestling premium live events, they ain't the club. You know what I'm saying? It's not the spot that you pull up with your niggas and you spend a couple more bands. It's like, no, you want to take your daughter, you want to take your sons, you want to take your family, your wife may want to come. You know what I'm saying? Like these are meant to be family-oriented events, family-oriented spectacles. I mean, but hey, much like the NBA, much like the MLB, NFL, NHL. And what is happening is that money is even not only is money killing the diehard fans that and the diehard families that want to support, but to be real, they're also killing a lot of the casual fans. If you ain't really into something, how you gonna justify paying 2, 3, 4,000 for it, let alone 8 to 10? So for me, I look at it as strictly financial, especially when we look at 2026. I mean, hey, 2025, I learned every day that I wasn't the only one that had a pretty hard financial time
Right.
for last year. So I don't think it's anything about creative at all. I just think that the idea, especially the idea of WrestleMania, 2 nights in a stadium, like that's a lot. That cost a lot, and we don't want to help pay for it.
It's two things. I I agree with you to a point about creative. What I
Mm-hmm.
will say is creative makes you spend that money.
Mm-hmm.
They make you spend that money. So if I'm spending it on seeing CM Punk Roman Reigns and his one night of WrestleMania, I'm
Yeah.
in.
Yes.
2 nights? All right, who else gonna be here? Like, who else wrestling?
Right.
That's all we got. And we'll get to some predictions and some things that's been thrown out there. I ain't spending that from what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah. No, not
I
at
ain't
all.
spending that for one of them right now. But it is, yeah, man. Look, we was talking about this before we started, and we've been talking about this for past episodes. This ain't WWE no more. This is TKO. So WWE is reporting to TKO.
Yes.
Like Triple H and all of the higher ups at WWE, they talking to TKO brass. They
Yeah.
looking at Nick Khan like, hey fam, what's good? And he like, yo, hey, I'm gonna go holler at Triple H. I'm gonna holler at Paul. And they've priced people out. Yeah, they've priced people out. Forget WrestleMania. They've priced people out on normal PLEs. They've priced people out on Raw and SmackDown
Yes.
episodes. They've priced people out for Saturday night's main event. Like, you can't get mad at ticket sales when you raise the ticket prices
Yes.
in the financial climate that we're currently in.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think that TKO looks at the WWE like the UFC. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I asked you, like, who's the most popular MMA fighter right now? Like, who's the person that people talk about?
Man, that's such a great question. And I'm either gonna prove that I'm just so far out of the loop or it ain't one because I can't name one, especially with hearing rumblings just earlier this week about how Ronda Rousey's gonna fight again.
Oh, she is. So
you know what I'm saying?
Ronda Rousey and Gina Carano, which are the two women at the forefront of the beginning of women's MMA, are fighting on Netflix on a card for MVP Promotions. That's Jake Paul's company.
Okay.
I don't
Wow.
want to
Okay,
see
Jake
that.
Paul.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't want to see that. But when you
Yeah.
look at MMA, it's like, yo, they still popular names. Conor McGregor, John Bones Jones. Reportedly, he need a new hip.
Yeah.
Daniel Cormier, Anderson Silva, Chuck Liddell, Tito Ortiz, Randy Couture. These are names that 20 years ago, we was like, yo, these were the people.
Yeah.
Or they were
And even if
coming
you knew
up.
nothing, yeah, even if you knew nothing or you barely followed UFC, you knew those names.
Yeah, as a casual fan 10 years ago, Conor McGregor, 10 years ago, Conor McGregor was the biggest MMA fighter in the world and quite possibly one of the most popular combat sports figures in the world. And I want to say it was 2017 is when he fought Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
Who is
Yeah,
that now? You got Shane Strickland, who is yelling out homophobic rants at press conferences and basically saying how women need to stay in the kitchen.
that man want to bring the '90s back so bad.
Yeah, you want, but people, because it's the UFC, people coming.
Yeah,
They
for
gonna
sure.
slide. WWE ain't like that.
Yeah, no,
Ari Emanuel, hey, this ain't that.
yeah, yeah.
So
It's it's see, and this is the catch-22 about just sports entertainment, and sports and entertainment, right? Because skip it, not half. All of the sports that we grew up on and the era we grew up on them were extremely racist, were extremely homophobic, were extremely misogynistic, and we didn't care, right? Let's just be real about that. Jackie Robinson is a story because of racism, right? You can't play, no, we're not letting niggers play with us. That's what it was. And and many other, I seen a clip of Bad News Brown, dude, Dusty Rhodes called Special Delivery Jones nigga in the locker room. I'm like, oh wow. I was like, dang, Dusty. I was like, but you know what? Yeah, I'm Dusty. That's why he does what he does. It makes sense. It tracks. It tracks. But saying all that to say is that, man, we live in a time where everybody tried to clean up everything and cancel culture is a thing. And they want people to be squeaky clean or as close to godlike and perfection. Now, granted, we're all made in God's image. So I'm not trying to go off the rails there. But sports in general, wrestling on down, UFC on down, when you have the character or the athlete that wasn't afraid to, grab his nuts, say F you, call you the other F word, say bitches should do this and niggas should do that. It was the excitement of, I hope he gets his ass kicked, or I can't believe nobody can't kick his ass.
Right.
But it was all rooted in, hey, but this is who I am in real life, though. and in wrestling, it was like, well, this is me turned up to another notch. I think as great as a lot of athletes are, because obviously physically and technically even, and probably even fundamentally, a lot of athletes are just way greater than the ones that we've watched without certain exceptions to the rule. But there's no edge to them. There's nobody that's box office in general that's getting you to go to the UFC. When Tito Ortiz when BJ Penn would beat somebody and then lick the blood off his gloves and pose, we'd be like, oh my God, he's a fucking savage. Like when Tito Ortiz was digging a grave and giving you the finger and daring Chuck Liddell to get in the ring, it was like, whoa, like it was that. You don't see that anymore. When the dude, the Russian dude, I'm gonna butcher his name. I think it's like Sandoval or something like that. But when him and dude got into it and it turned into a country war, they started banning people. It was like, nah, they supposed to just get busy. Like, hey, when Conor McGregor broke that a window on that tour bus, they fined him and was like, yo, like, you can't do that. It's like, wait, hold up. So you get all of that, and now you have people spending so much money to produce these great events, and you now want fans to pay so much money, and we don't even know that we're going to get shock value.
Right.
And that is, I think, another element into why all of this is just not what it needs to be, as well as why ticket sales are down. Why you can't name a UFC fighter that's like the polarizing star for this era, and that's like been the first time in like 20 years where you can't rattle off like 2, 3, or 4 men or women that are dominating the sport that people are pegging as must-see TV.
First black champ getting into WrestleMania 42 and what some of the issues might be around the lack of ticket sales or slow ticket sales going on right now. I'll move on. Speaking of that racism shit, let's actually segue to Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
So Kevin Nash has some things to say about Javon Evans
Yes.
on his podcast. His original comments was, he's a little bit too Mr. Bojangles for me.
Yeah.
I wish he was a bit more urban. I just want him to be a bit more, I just want him to have a bit more of an edge. Now, it was a lot of people that took issue to what he was saying, even if he had a point.
Yeah.
They took issue of how he made the point. Then he issued an apology, or maybe he issued an apology.
Right, yeah.
He says, Kevin Nash tweeted out, how often have you heard the term Uncle Tom? Most likely, it was used in a degrading way. If you actually read the literature, Uncle Tom was whipped to death for helping free 2 female slaves. I apologize for the use of the term Mr. Bojangles. It was in poor taste and obviously offensive. I just see talent being pushed in a direction that I disagree with. He should be the male version of Sol Ruka, more contemporary than urban. Funny how I'm the only person who pays attention to the development of black talent. He deleted that.
Yeah. I figured that was next. I was like,
He deleted that. Floor's yours, Camp.
So, man, I am, because this hit the chat, obviously, you know what I mean? So, immediately, I knew what he was trying to say. I honestly did, and that's not me caping or capping for the sake of the show or to get people riled up. Because on this show, even though I'll be like, hey, Kevin Nash is one of the more respectable big men ever in wrestling. He is responsible for being an integral piece of wrestling, changing like in the whole like 180 from what we even knew it to be. But he's in nobody's top 5. I've been clear on that. So we give him the good with the bad, just like the facts of life here. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I got what he was saying because Black wrestlers, unfortunately, get pigeonholed a lot. And you can't be too nice and you can't be too fan friendly. You can't seem to be looking like you're having a good time without there being some stigma attached to you. And I don't like that. And I'm gonna make a bigger point here after this because I had to check Javon Evans' age before we started the show just to make sure that I was correct about what I'm about to say.
Right.
So, but being that, with that being said, though, you know, Ben, you're from Chicago. You're actually from Chicago, and I'm from Freeport, Illinois. And what I learned from Freeport, Illinois, moving to the West Burbs of Chicago, because I lived in Carroll Stream first, that the people in Cook County were different. The Black people were in Cook County were different from the Black people in DuPage County.
Yeah.
You know, there is being West Side or South Side Black, and then there's being Westchester, Melrose Park Black. It's just a little different. Or Naperville, Bolingbrook, Joliet versus the West Side. And that's okay. Because if we're going to consistently say that we're not a monolith and we need more than one Black wrestler at a time to achieve success, and we're going to need people to appreciate just the whole spectrum of Black wrestlers, then we got to let Javon Evans cook. And he's got to cook even though he's not Cole and Kane Harlem Heat, even though he's not Bad News Brown, even though he's not but he's also not Coco Beware. You know what I'm saying? Like there's that. And at first I wanted to get around the internet and try to kill Kevin Nash too, but I couldn't. Because you know what? Dang it. Hold up. I couldn't hear myself. My bad. So, you know what the other thing I thought about is? The New Day. And I remember Black people sound like Kevin Nash when the God's Property version of the New Day kicked off. Mm. And that was what, 2015, right? 2015, yeah. 2016? Yeah, 2015. Javon Evans was born in 2004. So when the New Day was popping, he was in like 5th grade. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't like version 1 of the New Day, you are now about to start watching the kids that were inspired by them. And that's your real problem. Javon Evans was a preteen when the New Day started rocking. And I think that we got to get adjusted to that. I don't like the phrase urban being used when we're talking about just Black people anymore, just in general. I just don't like it. But hey, I'm about to be 45. So this is dinosaur talk for y'all. You know, like to me, you know, urban is thug, is gangsta, is nigga to me. So, but at the same time, from a wrestling standpoint, I understood what he was trying to say, but again, Javon Evans doesn't have edge, but he doesn't. But that's not who he is. Like it's just not who he is, and that's okay. We need to start having another conversation with white people as well as a lot of Black people too. So don't get it messed up. Why do y'all always assume that black people, when they excel in any arena, have to carry some level of urban 2K slider that appeases y'all. We being us. Fuck you talking about.
So you didn't change my mind. You actually made it even better on what I'm about to say. So let me start with what you said about the New Day. Because I was one of those people that was like, what the hell is this? But you're right. We're now about to enter an age where we're going to see a number of black athletes that was inspired by Kofi, Big E, and Xavier Woods. We are. So let me first start this by saying, let me give my flowers to Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Because we're going to start to see the wrestlers that was inspired by them in the indies and going to the WWE or AEW or New Japan or TNA or MLW, wherever, GCW. I am a huge fan of Kevin Nash. That was the dumbest shit he could have did. And he compounded by the terrible apology that he sent. You said something in the chat, and you said something in the first Black Champ group. You're an old white dude from Detroit. I'm going to say this. White people, this is directed to white people. Don't think you're so down and don't think you grew up around so many black people that you could just say anything, especially things that we can say.
Yes.
Because that's what Kevin Nash did. Kevin Nash probably hung out with a lot of black people in Detroit. He probably knew a lot of people. He hooped.
Yep.
So he probably, look, I lived in Detroit. I'm urban. I'm with it. I'm cool. Kevin, as much as I rock with you, fam, you can't be that comfortable.
Yeah.
Because if you know the story of Uncle Tom, then you know the story about Mr. Bojangles.
Exactly.
You said in your apology, Uncle Tom is used in this way, but Uncle Tom actually did this. Let me apologize. Hey, Kevin, you know who know the story of Uncle Tom? Black folks. We know it. We get it. Let me first start there. But again, if you know the story of Uncle Tom, then you know the story of Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah, got to.
You knew it when Sammy Davis Jr. wrote the song about Mr. Bojangles, which is actually sad as hell.
Yeah.
So, you knowing that story, you basically said that he's a coon. You basically said that Javon Evans is around here tap dancing. Yeah. Kevin, you basically said by using Mr. Bojangles that Javon Evans is around here tap dancing for the white man. Then said, I wish he was a bit more of a nigga. That's what you said.
Yeah. Yep.
We gonna do that shit. Kevin, that's what you said. You wish Javon Evans is tap dancing for Master too much. Need him to be a bit more of a nigga. I need him to be game banger number 4 in the TV show.
Yeah. Yep.
And you said it, Kemp. Everybody ain't that. And if you paid attention to black talent like you said you do, you would know and understand that everybody ain't super urban.
Yeah. Yeah, like collectively, we off that now, if you haven't been paying attention.
Right, we off that. So we off that, but yet you want us to go back to tropes that's we've been dealing with in wrestling for years.
Yeah.
You want him to be New Jack? Like you want him to be Mr. Hughes?
Yeah.
You want him to be the gangsters? Like you want him to be the Samoan Gangster Party?
Right.
Who you want him to be Farouk? Like who do you want him to be?
Yeah.
You could have said, yo, I wish he was like without saying Bojangles are urban.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what irritated me the most about that apology?
Yeah. So.
What irritated me most about that apology is he said that he should be more like Sol Ruka.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was.
Who's a mixed race black woman
Mm-hmm.
or a mixed race woman.
Yeah.
Who said he ain't Sol Ruka, fam?
There's
I ain't
that.
seen nothing urban around Sol Ruka.
Hey, listen, you broke the news to me that she was even 1%.
Yeah.
With
She
us.
on the black Sol Ruka on the Black History Month posters. Her daddy black.
Yeah.
Her daddy black. Yeah, but the daddy black. So when he said in that tweet, let me read it again. He should be the male version of Sol Ruka. He is. They both be flipping around the ring. They both be happy. I ain't seen no mean streak from Sol Ruka.
Right.
In fact, in the storyline that she has right now, her tag team partner wish she was a bit more mean.
Yeah. And when I saw the comment, I was like, do he mean Jada Parker?
Right. That's what I'm like, yo, he must have got that wrong because he is the male version of Sol Ruka and being pushed as such. Both of them, because of their athleticism, are being pushed to the moon.
Yeah.
So either he got his black people wrong or he ain't been watching.
No.
Because there's no mean streak in Sol Ruka. There's no heel in Sol Ruka. Sol Ruka ain't urban.
Right. No, not at all.
So you got your black people mixed up, G. But don't
Which is
be
even
too,
worse.
Which is worse. But don't be too comfortable.
Yeah.
You can't be too comfortable because when you're that comfortable and you tell the world that you view Javon Evans as a black man tap dancing for white folks, because that's what Mr. Bojangles was.
Right.
And you wish he was a bit more urban, fam, there's a lot to us where we don't have to be gangbanger number 4. We don't have to wear hoodies and talking slang and all of that no more.
Right.
So, Kevin, as much as I respect you as a wrestler, as much as I rock with Diesel, as much as I rock with Kevin Nash, the wrestler, and I will say this, I am a day one Vinny Vegas fan.
Hey, let's talk about it. And
I am a
fuck with
day one.
Oz.
Right. I'm probably one of 10 Vinny Vegas fans out here. Jonathan Hood was at a event with him in Wisconsin, and I text Hood, and you tell him, I said, yo, anytime Vinny Vegas came on WCW Pro Wrestling, I was like, yo, it's lit.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, though, that was bullshit what you said.
Yeah.
That was a bullshit apology. And if you that urban yourself, if you're the only person that pays, Kevin, if you're the only person and you feel like you're the only person that pays attention to the development of black wrestlers, then here's a word of advice. We're not a monolith. Everybody is not a thug. Everybody is not urban. Everybody is not a GD or a Vice Lord or a Blood or a Crip. Everybody is not Mr. Hughes. Everybody is not Kama Mustafa, Farouk. Everybody's not The Rock. And everybody is not Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods. We're not all that. Every one of us is different, just like all of those wrestlers was different. And that's what made them great. And that's what made their representation great. Because I grew up realizing that I could be Bad News Brown. I could be Mr. Hughes. I could be Ron Simmons or Butch Reed. I could be Farouk. I could be Kama Mustafa or D'Lo Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I could be Iceman King Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
I could be Ernie Ladd. I don't have to be what you feel like black people need to be to get over.
Yeah. And I love that. And I almost don't even want to say anything after it because I 1,000,000,000% agree. But so my final thought I'm going to leave with is this. A comment like that from a Kevin Nash and his resume in wrestling being said about Javon Evans with his budding stardom, you know what I'm saying? He's because he's ascending. That's the exact type of thing that keeps black wrestlers out of the main event, out of title, title acquisitions and title matches because they lack the appeal. Well, the demo you like is just black people. Like, just only black people mess with you. No. The world fucks with Javon Evans. And that is what this business is now. So, you can't Rodney Mack him. All right. Yeah. Even though I think he did the greatest with what he had, D'Lo Brown should have been a way bigger star in wrestling to me. And I'm glad that the people of that cloth now, starting with the new seed being the New Day and branching out, and the new seed being Bobby Lashley too. We can never forget Bobby Lashley. Mm-hmm. And listen, and conversations like this is why. Literally, this is, if y'all been listening to the show since 2017 or you just started in the last 2 years, this is why I champion Bobby Lashley and say he's the greatest black wrestler of all time. Because nobody would dare say some shit like that about him because he'd kick your ass in real life. Yeah. And he show you all the edge he got. Pause. But it's because of a Bobby Lashley and it's because of a Kofi, Xavier, and a Big E that we got this new fleet of black athletes, black wrestling superstars that not only do they know that, hey, you know what? I ain't got a Nation of Domination in. I ain't got a Rodney Mack thugging and bugging. I ain't got to do none of that. I could just be a super dope ass athlete, strong athlete, just a great person, and I'm gonna get a title shot. I'm gonna get a chance to be at WrestleMania. I'm gonna get a chance to cash in my money in the bank on one of the premier veterans in the game. Like they've watched that, they've seen that, and now that's what they're striving for. See, you can't. The game has changed and evolved so much that even Kevin Nash, with his attention to black wrestlers, doesn't even know that there's a new breed of them that don't even really know none of your matches. So oh well. So that time you beat Bob Backlund, they never saw it. They never.
We barely saw
it. Yeah, right.
It was out stuff. We barely saw it. All right, man. So let's move on to the Elimination preview next week in Chicago at the United Center. The first WWE event at the United Center since it opened the United Center in 1995, SummerSlam.
Wow. Damn.
Shouts out to Jared Payton, who was involved in the match with Razor Ramon and that thing. No, he was up there oozing machismo on that thing. I told Jared that's the one thing that I'll always be jealous of him about. That's the one thing that he was in that ring right there. I think that main event that night was The Undertaker versus The Undertaker. That night I could not go, couldn't afford no tickets, but I did watch the Clash of the Champions that night because they did air the Clash of the Champions that night, and I watched it at the crib. But very exciting and very okay. Y'all ain't the Rosemont Horizon. Y'all at the United Center. TKO trying to move them to those bigger joints. I get it, totally understand it, and also this is a homecoming again of sorts for CM Punk because now he in the city. And one thing I will say about this, as we talk about the Bears and new stadiums and all of that, is now when the WWE comes on they say we're in Chicago at the Rosemont Horizon, and we quick to say, no, you ain't. You in Rosemont, Illinois. Jack, you not in Chicago. You in Rosemont, Illinois, fam. What are we doing here? Now,
Right.
y'all are in Chicago for Elimination Chamber. Wish I could go. I need a new engine. But we're going to start off with the main event, or the second main event, because Elimination Chamber is the main event, but CM Punk versus Finn Balor. Now, on this podcast, 2 weeks ago, I talked about how, what's next for Finn Balor? What are we doing here? Do we really care about Finn Balor? Well, he got into a nice little back and forth with CM Punk, said, no, I ain't letting this go. Now, after he wrestled CM Punk in his home country, now he's going to wrestle CM Punk in CM Punk's hometown. Now, I don't think it's a prediction needed for this. Finn Balor losing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Finn Balor's losing.
Sorry, Finn. They said the tickets are down, bro. And that's with Roman versus CM Punk.
Goddamn right, Russ. Yeah, Finn Balor's not winning this match.
Yeah.
However, I feel like by WrestleMania, Finn Balor's going to be either a super face or he's going to be a super heel. Either Dominic Mysterio is going to cost him this match, which leads to WrestleMania, Finn Dominic Intercontinental Championship, or he just gonna be like, yo, forget the Judgment Day, I'm going crazy. Nah! Demon coming back. Would you rather see Finn Balor as a heel or a babyface?
Man, that's tough, because as a heel, he looks extremely cool. You know, with purple and black. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, I don't really have a lot on like Finn Balor matches, and I'd be confused about his trajectory, but with how they book him. But he'd be looking cool as hell every time, every single time. But I tell you what, though, when he was a face, though, he had all the cool like biker gang leather jackets, and it made me want to get one. So you know what I'm saying? But honestly though, no joke. The WWE needs another super hot baby face. And Finn Balor can be that guy. Because, and I know I'm not just trying to stick to my predictions and all of that. I think collectively, the WWE universe is tired of having to be diehard, cheer my face off for Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. I think they're tired of it. And they need somebody else that they can be over the moon for like that.
So
and
let me interrupt you real quick. Because I didn't think I when you said it something wrote in my mind here. And we're gonna actually talk about Sami Zayn a little bit later. How he been getting treated by Trick Williams. So let me flip the question here.
Okay.
Do you believe that fans are tired of the "you can do it" face? And they want somebody that's just like, yo, I rock with him.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And not to jump the gun, but when we get back to that segment, that was going to be my take on Trick Sammy. That's my take.
Okay. So we're going to hold that.
Got it.
So does Finn Balor lose clean? Or does Dominic Mysterio cost him the match, thus kicking him out of Judgment Day, leading to WrestleMania, Finn Dominic Intercontinental Championship?
Yeah. He can't lose clean, because that gives him no incentive to be a face unless we're doing a straight edge society-ish type of storyline where CM Punk beats him and he sees the light. But how many times in wrestling do you lose a match clean and you see the light and it goes well for you? Rest in peace to Virgil, right? There's a couple other out there, but he's the one that glaringly comes to mind. Like, I've never seen a heel lose clean, have a change of heart, and then it was off to the moon for them. It was just like, okay, well, hey, you're having a great mid-card run, but Mr. Perfect's beating you tonight, though. You know that, right? This is like, you're done here. Hey, Bret Hart's kicking your ass. I just want you to know that, you know? Like, hey, they love you.
That's messed up. We got to say that about Mr. Perfect. Like, hey, yo, you doing a hell of a job, but you losing that belt to Bret Hart tonight. I know your back hurt and everything, but you probably would have lost it with your back hurting anyway, because you do a great job selling.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, and then and plus I think Dom needs a new adversary. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, his as white hot as he was from last Mania till now, I'll be real. We need more than him beating up his daddy and everybody that respects his daddy.
Yeah, now
like, we need
look, I stand on this. Should be Rey Mysterio putting his career and his mask on the line versus Dominic Mysterio putting his hair and his titles on the line. But if you ain't gonna do that, then give me Finn versus Dominic for the Intercontinental Championship. Matter of fact, give me Finn versus Dominic for both titles. Put both of them on the line. Matter of fact, here's a match for you. Because Finn's girlfriend is down there. She worked for AAA.
Hey, and if Finn cut the promo, let me know.
Wait a minute. Orlando, you ain't shit. See, you bring the I ain't gonna hold you shit over here and talking about Ray versus Dom and the Papers versus Papers match. You wild. You wild, G. See that I ain't gonna hold you shit over there. You wild.
Hey, Papers versus Papers is crazy. Hey,
let me collect myself. Let me collect myself.
Listen, Vincent Teddy Long would have ran it though. You feel me?
Man. Wait a minute, player. Wait a minute, player.
We don't know who should be here in America.
Right. Hey. in the atmosphere we in right now, like, yeah, Orlando, you ain't shit. Let me collect myself. Fuck it, let's move on. Becky Lynch.
Because I was like, that would have been a fire JBL promo too.
Let's move on. Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Championship. This feels like a match that's not gonna finish cleanly, and we're gonna get this match. See, Orlando.
101 versus Lamina. Oh, God. Hilarious.
There's a movie. I forgot Buddy's name in there, but he the Hispanic dude that got the craters in his face and shit. In high school, I went to Prosser High School for my first 2.5 years of high school, and it is heavily populated with Mexicans and Puerto Ricans. Sure. In English class, this white teacher put on the goddamn movie. I think that shit called La Migra, or either it was called La Migra, or it was about a girl who finds out that her parents are illegals.
Oh, damn.
And they have not filled out the paperwork for asylum. And that's when I learned the term La Migra, because they were at like a fruit stand or whatever, and immigration came over and they was like, La Migra. And I was like, oh shit. So my ignorant ass in high school was, anytime one of them messed with me, you know where I was going.
Edward James is almost the legend.
No, I don't think it was Edward James Olmos. It's the other one. Was Edward James Olmos? Because I know Edward James Olmos.
Is it Danny Trejo?
Nah, it was the smaller dude. I'm a fine dude name, but he had the box head, and he used to have like the little box joint. Not Edward James Olmos, and not Danny Trejo, because Danny Trejo, he involved in games and shit.
Yeah.
You can't forget
Danny
those.
Trejo killer.
But he's like poor man's Edward James Olmos.
Okay.
Like he like a poor man's Edward James Olmos. person. So I gotta find that joint out. But this shit came, it was like it was in the 1990s, of course,
Mm.
because I can't say that shit around Orlando, because then that motherfucker be calling us old on this podcast, and then we'll have to fight and shit. But I'm gonna find the goddamn movie. But I always called him poor man's Edward James Olmos.
Okay.
Do you feel like we gonna get this match again with AJ Lee and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania? This is just part one of it.
Man, I pray to God we don't, man. This ain't that. I know what they trying to do, but this ain't nothing about this hit for me. And AJ looks great. And Becky Lynch is doing a really great job on making me hate this version of her. Like, she's doing an amazing job, because I almost turned the TV and the internet off when I seen her cutting her promo and doing all that. But this, like, it just, nah, man, I'm sorry. Becky Lynch doesn't wrestle good enough to make me care about this. And she has just the evolution of women's wrestlers to blame for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, how we, I mean, I don't want to name names, but fuck it. You can't get this off while Io Sky's on the card. Like, you can't get this off while Rhea and Charlotte. Like, Charlotte ain't even booked. You know what I'm saying? Like, Alexa Bliss is not booked. Like some people are not booked for, you know what I'm saying? Lash Legend is not booked yet. So you can't, like, this needs to be interrupted by an impromptu Money in the Bank. And we ain't even had it yet. Like, this, like, somebody need to lay both of them down and take the belt. Because on the flip side, I don't see the payoff for AJ winning, because, no, let me not say that. She would give better matches than Becky Lynch would against any of the young ladies on the roster. I do believe that, even though she is older. But I'm not enthused. I'm not impressed. Like, this don't move the needle for me at all.
We can move on. Because I don't get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. But I get it. But it's like, Tiffany Stratton. No, matter of fact, let's, should we talk about the women Money in the Bank? Because I was kind of disappointed. Yeah, let's talk about the women's Elimination Chamber. Excuse me, Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
I was a little disappointed. I'm disappointed. Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, and Kiana James are all in the women's Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And on Raw, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Raquel Rodriguez will be wrestling to get the final spot. So, first, between Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Raquel Rodriguez, it's safe to say Raquel Rodriguez is going to go to Elimination Chamber.
Absolutely. And look, and I love the cakewalk to it, because I think it's earned. I think Big Mommy Cool has earned it. And that specifically changes the landscape, and I think of how I care about the women's Elimination Chamber, and as well as the women's matches as well at WrestleMania.
So, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, Raquel Rodriguez. Who should win? Who will win?
Searching for content with those names.
So, off the rip, right?
America's Funniest Home Videos.
My should, I'm predicting that Raquel's gonna make it. So my who should win and who will win is gonna be the same person this time, with a caveat. Because Raquel Rodriguez should win this match, can win this match, should win this match again. Because that is the fresh face in the women's division to kind of like mix the pot up some, right? And I do think that it's nothing but a plus for a lot of ways, right? It's because it's new talent, it's new faces, it's new people getting title opportunities. I think all of that matters. However, I don't know if the possibility even of a Raquel Rodriguez versus a Jade Cargill is even something that we want to see 3 years from now, let alone in the next 8 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks or whatever. So with that being said, especially even after the promo that I've kind of watched on mute and fast forward, the crowd really would like to see Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And it does make sense to do it because it highlights everything that Jade Cargill is really good at, which is being strong and sexy. So WrestleMania is about moments. Again, if they were getting the title shot the next night on Raw or SmackDown, I'd definitely be like, oh, no question, Raquel's going to win this. Do I think they take the gamble of Raquel versus Jade on at WrestleMania? I don't think so. But then again, at the same time, I don't think Liv versus Jade is the move either. But technically, under the act of long-term storytelling, Jade do got to run both they fade for blaming them for pushing her onto the car when it was really Naomi. So that's the other reason why I am picking Raquel Rodriguez to win this match.
So Liv has not picked anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she has not picked anybody she's going to wrestle in. And Stephanie Vaquer made her cry. So if Stephanie Vaquer made her cry, what you think Jade Cargill will do? So it's safe to say that Liv Morgan is going to be facing Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania. So when I look at Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. Kiana James, first of all, I think first black champ was first to go ahead with the push for Kiana James.
Yes, rejoice, rejoice.
We were there first, but she ain't winning this.
Yeah, sorry.
Asuka, Alexa Bliss, no.
No.
Alexa Bliss versus that big black woman, hell no, we ain't doing that. Rhea Ripley, you'll understand our prediction of what Rhea Ripley will be doing at WrestleMania. So if I were to say who do I feel is going to face Jade Cargill, it's between Tiffany Stratton and Asuka. Keep Tiffany Stratton away from me. Keep her away from the screen. She gotta stop with the wardrobe malfunctions, but I'm good. I'm good there. So I'm going to say my prediction for WrestleMania is going to be Jade Cargill versus Asuka. Asuka is going to win at Elimination Chamber. That's my prediction there. Because I don't know if they're going to pull the trigger on Raquel Rodriguez versus Jade Cargill. I would. So if you were to, for my question, who should win? It should be Raquel Rodriguez. But I also think it's still something to the story of Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
So if it's something to that storyline, and I don't want to see Tiffany Stratton win, Raquel Rodriguez should win Elimination Chamber, but Asuka's gonna win, and she's gonna go up against Jade Cargill for the World Championship at WrestleMania, because also that's a wrestler that they can trust in that big moment.
Yeah.
So
You're not true. Promo's about to be nightmare. Like,
very,
that shit's gonna be on Elm Street, damn it. Like that shit's gonna
very.
be
It's
nice.
gonna be terrible.
Nasty.
So let me make sure that I got yours right. You believe that Raquel Rodriguez should and will win?
Yeah, yep. I still want to double down with that. And literally off the other reason that you said, because Liv ain't picked yet. Had Liv picked one person by now, because usually by Elimination Chamber, we know what title they're going to be going for. So I don't know. I just feel like that they're doing a subtle but necessary shakeup, and that would be a big shakeup for the women's division as in the next for 90-day purposes.
Well, real quick, the name of that movie is Sweet 16.
Okay.
And Tony Plana is the actor that I was talking about. That's like poor man's Edward James Olmos.
Oh, look up, dude. Tony Plana, huh?
Go look up, dude.
Oh.
It's like poor man's Edward James Olmos. And while you look at that,
yeah, I have seen dude a few times. He been in some joints.
Yeah, see, yeah, he like poor man. Yeah, Tony Plana is like poor man's Edward James Olmos. But Sweet 16 is the name of the movie, because I forgot to mention that they was planning Shorty's quince. Because that's also when I first learned what a quince was. So shouts out to the Mexican women that have their quinces, their little 15 birthday parties and shit. Shouts out to
this
Francisco.
My man's. Yeah, this is my man's. He was in Three Amigos and Disorderlies. This my man's.
Yeah. Disorderlies, yeah. My man for Disorderlies, yes. Shouts out to Tony Plana, poor man's Edward James Olmos.
For sure, absolutely. Salute. He a legend. He a legend out here.
Yeah, right. So I know Orlando probably Googling like, who the fuck is Tony Plana? Oh, dude, he is fake Edward James Olmos. Let's go to the men's Money in the Bank. Randy Orton, LA Knight, yeah. Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, who got his spot on SmackDown this Friday, and the fifth spot to be determined on SmackDown between Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, and OG El Grande Americano. So, first, who wins on Raw on Monday? Bronson Reed, Jey Uso, or El Grande Americano, the OG version?
Man, I'm actually kind of torn on this one. Because I feel like Bronson Reed should get the look. But if OG Americano in that chamber, that's just a better look.
It's a fun match.
Is. Yeah, for the match. For the match. Yeah. So I really don't know. But I tell you this though, with those being the two, I ain't changing my pick personally. My should win is Trick Williams. It ain't even close. Like, Trick Williams may very well be the hottest male wrestler in the world right now.
Trick versus Drew McIntyre?
And again, don't sound sexy, but what I look at when I see that Elimination Chamber, and as I sit and look at Drew McIntyre, I think we get the best promo feud of the year between those two. And I think that matters right now. I think, talk about selling tickets, and I know it's super early. I get it. But white people are here to see Trick Williams. Like, they are here to see Trick Williams. That is, and it's not any confusion on that. And between what Drew does on social media and how he buries all the faces, he needs a good tweener to trade with. And I don't think there's a hotter tweener, better on the mic, even with the subtle speech impediments, than Trick Williams right now. I just don't, I just don't see it.
So it's because of something you said earlier. And the question that I asked you to get that answer from you. I am so tired of the try hard face.
Yes.
I am so tired of the odds are against me face. I'm done with that shit.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is going to win this.
Mm.
Because they want Cody versus Drew. And you got Jacob Fatu on SmackDown talking about how he deserves to be in that main event. So we'll get into our WrestleMania or some WrestleMania predictions later.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll admit, man, I'm fatigued with Cody Rhodes because the Cody Rhodes that we continue to get is this Rocky IV, Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that shit.
Yeah.
It's boring now at this point, and it's predictable.
Yep.
So if we wanted to make this unpredictable and still get a big name, the person to me who should win Money in the Bank is Randall Keith Orton. Why? Because he would make history with his next championship reign. One thing you know Drew and Randy gonna do, they gonna give you a great match.
Yeah.
Randy is a name. So to me, Randy Orton should win Money in the Bank and go up against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania.
Mm.
And if you want to add Cody up in there, I add Cody up in there. Because you add that twist of Cody and Randy. But that's who I would pick to win this match. Mm-hmm. Especially because I am tired of this try hard, say your prayers, take your vitamins ass Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm done with this shit. And low key, to add to this, and don't laugh, Kemp.
Hey, no promises now.
No laugh, G. Don't laugh. You gonna laugh, but just but you already kind of mentioned it with the impediment. G, if I was doing this, Randy Orton will win money. Excuse me. If I was doing this, Randy Orton would win Elimination Chamber and go up against Drew McIntyre and have a hell of a promo, hell of a feud, hell of a match at WrestleMania, and that's your name recognition. Mm-hmm. And Cody Rhodes would go up against Trick Williams. Lisp it off.
Hey,
lisp it off.
The great lisp off. That would go crazy.
Lisp it off. Do it. But I need Trick to be in a high profile match. Mm-hmm. And if we go put him against a try hard, put him against Cody, don't put him against Sami Zayn.
Yeah, but see, and that's why he's my should win and not will win.
Yeah, right. So Randy, I think, should win. Cody's gonna win. Mm. You think Trick Williams should win. Mm-hmm. You think who will win?
I think it's Randy Orton. For literally all the reasons you said. Because, hey, listen, I still do believe, especially after last time, Cody's story this year is how do I get to WrestleMania? I really think that's his story. And Trick Williams is going to go to WrestleMania. Like, if we were unclear if he was going to come week 1, here we are week 6. He's definitely going to WrestleMania, and he's going to get his own moment. And with the fever pitch that everything has going on, he's going to have entrance of the weekend, and it's not even close.
He's going to have entrance of the year.
Yeah, like it's that them CM Punk chants.
Matter of
And
fact,
that
which
whoa, none of that's going harder than that.
Which rapper is gonna lead Trick Williams to the ring with the whoop that Trick chance?
See, honestly, I think that hurts it. I don't think nobody.
I'm saying, I know. I'm just saying, it's TKO in the WWE. Somebody walking out, some rapper walking out there with him.
Hey, listen.
I hope they don't think too urban, Kevin Nash.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And listen, respectfully, save that for the Usos. Let Trick get the moment he's earned and let him go out there dolo with that mink on and let that stadium yell, whoop that Trick so loud that it's transmitting through the rest of Vegas. They gonna hear that shit at Mandalay Bay. They gonna hear that shit on the Strip. And no rapper alive is going to make that greater for him. There's like heat checks, right? I've been saying a lot of things were a heat check last year. Trick Williams don't need no heat check. He really that. Anybody else is buddy hustling the heat, and you need to get the fuck out the way.
So let me ask you this question, because I don't think it has changed that Dominic Mysterio is the top heel in the WWE. Is there a question on who's the top face in the WWE, and is it Trick Williams?
It's okay. There is a question on who's the top face.
Or at least most over.
Right. Most over is Trick Williams. I got him as the best tweener right now because he's cutting the hell of the heel promos and everybody don't care.
He don't like nobody.
Yeah, and look, he come out the first night and punk out Cody and Sami Zayn. He's a heel. But they cheering so loud that he's a tweener. And that's how I know that people tired of the try hard. They're tired of the all-American hero or the Rudy and radio version of like, I gotta win. Everybody's sick of that. They sick of that because Trick Williams is coming out there with a mink coat and all white and just saying any damn thing he wants. And people are like, yeah, fuck that guy. And then literally the next segment, they cheering for him because Trick is left. He's literally Debo in the audience. He's like, hey, you know what? I don't be cheering when Trick out there for them, but when he leave, I'll be cheering again. Like that's what they doing. And but that's why I think the game is wide open for Finn Balor to be the top face because he's not gonna be that face. Like he's superhero like face. Like he's like Daredevil or the Dark Knight. Like he's not Captain America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I really can't call Trick Williams a face because I'm listening. He's not a face.
But see, here's why I will disagree with you. He's a face. To me, he is a face. He's the face we want.
Okay.
He's the good guy we want.
Okay.
Like,
I feel that.
I think we get tweener mixed up sometimes as the person that can float. But Stone Cold will save the face wrestler and still give that same person the stunner, and we like it.
Yeah.
That's a good guy to us. Because sometimes the good guy got to get the lame up out of here.
Facts.
That's it. Like, there's the good guy, there's the cool good guy. There's no easy way out good guy. And there's the lame good guy. The cool good guy right now is Trick Williams. The Rocky Balboa good guy is Cody Rhodes. The lame ass good guy is Sami Zayn. Everybody got their section. Just like with heels. You got Dominic Mysterio as a bad guy heel. You got those scary heels like The Undertaker. And then you got them Vader type heels that should be Bronson Reed. There's different sections when it comes to heel wrestlers and face wrestlers. And right now, I think people want the cool guy more than they want the try hard or the lame that did it. Like nobody want to watch Lucas every time they go on TV, fam.
Facts.
And every time I see Sami Zayn, I think of Lucas. I think he continues to lose. He continues to get his ass beat by the bully. And then he goes up the middle and he catches the ball and gets hit and gets ushered off the field. They won the game. And the next day they're in the hallway.
Yeah.
That's cool to watch once.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to watch that shit every goddamn day.
Yeah.
Once I'm done with that, give me the Fonz, fam. like, give
Yeah.
me the Fonz.
Yeah.
Like, give me that. Give me the cool dude. Don't give me the Lucas dude every time, because after a while, I'm just going to be like, man, buddy, that's lame. So, let's get to the WrestleMania 43 predictions version of your favorite segment here on the First Black Champ. It is Do We Care? Ask you guys if you guys care about these particular events that's going to possibly happen. People are predicting may happen. So let's start with the potential Undisputed World Championship match. Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre. You saw Jacob Fatu say, hey, I think I deserve to be in this joint. Cody Rhodes, tired of getting finessed out this joint by Drew McIntyre making me lose. And then you got Drew McIntyre as the champion. It's like, yo, these two ain't getting no title shots. I'm fucking that up each time.
Yeah.
Do we care about this match?
We do care, but we care because we want this to be the moment for Jacob Fatu. That's what's important here. How does Jacob walk away from this match? And that determines how we care.
So, I don't want to use dude's name, but could Jacob Fatu be the wrestler who wrestled Triple H and Shawn Michaels' version? Because everybody expected one of those two to win, but dude won.
Right. And see, and it could be, but I think the payoff is bigger in Jacob Fatu's case because, hey, look, he showed up that night one. They was like, oh my God, Jacob gonna win the Royal Rumble. I was like, well, hold up. That ain't how they gonna do this. Like, they don't book like that. So I will say that I think that moment that you're speaking of, it comes off better if Jacob Fatu's in that scenario, especially with everything we just said about Cody and with just it being Drew McIntyre.
I care if Jacob Fatu or Drew McIntyre wins. I don't care if Cody Rhodes wins. And quite honestly, even though I rock with Drew McIntyre heavy, I only care if Jacob Fatu's coming out as the champion here. And I doubt very strongly if that's going to happen. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Russ. Chris Benoit. All right. Do we care? WrestleMania 42 predictions. Sami Zayn, Trick Williams.
I absolutely care. I absolutely care because, hey, to what I said on the show a year ago about who was going to have a breakout year, and I picked Trick Williams. And then my prediction at the top of this year was that Sami Zayn falling the fuck off like bad dope. It all can happen right here. Like, this is the match.
It all lines up. It all comes with that at a WrestleMania 42.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to stick to my script because, shit, I called this. And not for nothing though, I care because with everything that I can say about not wanting to see this version of Sami Zayn anymore and all of that, Sami Zayn, as much as we talk about his technical prowess and how great he is in the ring, what better first opponent at WrestleMania for Trick Williams than him? Like, he's going to look amazing after this. And he's already looking great now. So, yeah, I absolutely care because new black wrestling superstar on the rise. And it ain't even close.
Yeah, I care because Sami Zayn gonna give him a great match. It's gonna be a lot of great promos. We're gonna laugh at Sami Zayn a lot. But Sami's gonna take that L, and Trick Williams is gone. He's already a star, fam.
Yeah.
Just listen to every time he comes out. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Bella Twins at WrestleMania 42. Do we care?
See, I'll let you finish this time. I'm trying to be cool. But no, we still don't care. We still don't care. Listen, dog, this is disrespectful to Io and Rhea. Like, this is strictly for nostalgia. They must be really big Bella Twins fans, even though I don't really see it playing out like that. Yeah, man, this is just gonna be some stuff that happened. They could do this while Jackie and Big E and Rosenberg are doing the pre-show. They could just have this going on right behind them. That's how much we would care.
I don't care either. Reportedly, allegedly, we might get Solo Sikoa versus a version of The Fiend, Bo Dallas, I saw on the interwebs. Do we care?
Man, unfortunately, no, man. They got, hey, look, so man, hey, let's start Bo leaving again. This ain't it, bruh. I'm sorry. Hey, rest in peace to your brother. I hope your father and your uncle are doing well. But this ain't it, dog. I'm sorry. And the production budget is real. Hey, they killing the production. Fuck this, fam.
So I care if they put Bo Dallas or whatever version of him in a good spot. I've always been a fan of Bo Dallas.
True.
I go back to NXT. I am a day one Bo Dallas fan.
Facts.
So I do care if they put him in the spot. What I don't care for is put him in the spot and then we don't see him.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I don't care for. So that's my thing there. A potential United States Championship ladder match with Mello, Dragunov, Matt Cardona, and a couple of other people. Do we care?
Yes, we care.
Kit Wilson.
We care, but let me be extremely selfish and say this is Mello's Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 10 moment. And that's why I care.
I care, but I stopped the music for something that I said a couple of weeks ago. And this is not only a do we care, but what the fuck going on? So on Raw, we're doing the AJ Styles tribute show in Atlanta, where he's going to be there. Now, I said on this show, I don't think AJ Styles is retiring at the Royal Rumble. They're giving us all types of talk that's against it. Gunther loses his triple threat match to be in the chamber. Ain't no way in hell Gunther's WrestleMania moment this year gonna be him winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, is it?
Hell no.
Right. So, are we getting Gunther versus AJ Styles 3 at WrestleMania? Is this the setup here?
It definitely looks like it, man. And even though I was kind of against it, if AJ got to go out, man, he still should go out in America, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Because technically, it's 1-1. It's definitely 1-1 in our minds.
In our minds, it's 1-1, even though it ain't.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I guess they could do it one more time. I mean, look. Can you justify not booking Gunther or AJ Styles for WrestleMania?
Can you justify Gunther, who's done all of what he's done, and say we gonna have him win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? Hell no.
Yeah. It's just like, hey, look, hey, tickets are down, right?
Right.
But hey, listen, because we're not going to be disrespectful here. We're going to be realistic. We're going to be people that have eyes, ears, and brains, and we use them to coincide with each other. Gunther versus AJ Styles, night 1 or night 2 at WrestleMania in Vegas. It matters, and you can't. There's no other match that you could put on in place of it, and real wrestling fans will be like, "I get it." You just can't. There's no nostalgia act. There is no rising star talent. There is no current person on the roster that you say, "Oh, hey, we're gonna bump y'all." Because AJ, I mean, really, you lost to Saudi Arabia, bro. So we're gonna we're gonna do this thing where it's gonna be Big E versus like Ridge Holland again, because he got to get the revenge for the come on, dog. No.
All right. Now let me play that music back again. Obafemi, Brock Lesnar. Do we care?
Yeah, hell yeah. I do. I care a lot because that will, and I don't even like to be this person, but Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar would tell me what's going to happen with Obafemi for the next 10 years.
I care if they allow him to win, because Brock Lesnar don't like losing to niggas.
Yeah, right. And shout out to Obafemi saying that when he lost to one, he lost to Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Right. He lost to Bobby Lashley too.
True. Now let's never forget it.
Let's not forget that. I think Bobby
saying?
Lashley, if we did a Black History moment this month, is Bobby Lashley defeating Brock Lesnar. I think, that would be a Black History moment. Guarantees. What you got?
Man, I don't really have a solid guarantee this week. But I do want to say this. I guarantee that when Bianca Belair comes back, Jade Cargill and her are going to be probably the focal point of the rest of the year. I don't know what's up with the women's division as a whole, because it's not void of talent. This ain't like 10 years ago, and definitely ain't 20, 30, 40 years ago, where we felt like there were a couple bright spots, and then and like there's about 5 women minimum that are must-see TV. And I also think that we need Lash Legend versus Jade Cargill immediately. And I don't care if it's just a SmackDown feud that ends in a mid-tier pay-per-view or a PLE. I don't even care if it's there. Oh no, we are back to pay-per-views because of fucking ESPN. Yeah, you know what? My guaranteed hope is after WrestleMania, we get Lash Legend versus Jade Cargill in a nice little feud. I think that would help both of them out. And I want that winner to be against Bianca Belair for sure.
My guarantee is that Chris Jericho ain't in that goddamn box that is showing up on Raw and SmackDown every week. and it's gonna irritate the hell out of us. What is in that joint that opens up and debuts next week? But where did Chris Jericho debut at?
I forget what city that was. But
Where Brando at?
yeah, damn. I don't know. I forget. It was like a significant city too, though. Like, I don't know why I want to say something like Cleveland, but even though I don't think that was it. And that's no disrespect to Cleveland.
Shit. Chris Jericho made his iconic WWE debut on August 9th, 1999 on an episode of Raw at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois.
Here we go. Okay. Hey, it started with a C. It was the Midwest.
Fuck it. Chris Jericho gonna be in that box.
Elimination Chamber in Chicago.
Fuck it.
And it's really in Chicago this time.
Yeah, really in Chicago. It's really, because Russ, he did not debut in Chicago. He debuted at the Allstate Arena in the Rosemont Horizon. If there's anything, we have to put the emphasis on that because of the whole thing with the Chicago Bears potentially going to Hammond, Indiana. So if that's the case, we can't say Rosemont or Allstate and say that's in Chicago. No, that is in Rosemont, Illinois.
That's a fact.
No, you go to the Now Arena, that's in Hoffman Estates. That's where that's at. All right, man, this was a great episode. Next week, y'all make sure to join us on the Facebook group of First Black Champ, where we will be getting it in, talking about Elimination Chamber. We won't be live, but we will definitely be in the chat on there. So shouts out to everybody who be kicking it there. With that being said, Camp, go ahead and end us off.
Yes. Hey, you know what? Real quick, Russ, on Royce Keys, if anybody needs to be in division when it gets scaled down, it's him. But we appreciate y'all checking out tonight's show or today's show. Look at me, I need some sleep. But we enjoy everything that y'all do, man. Being a part of this FBC community, man, we greatly and humbly appreciate you. Thank you so much for sticking with us, even though my work schedule is crazy and it's got us on Saturdays. But thank you, man. We won't stop bringing the content as long as y'all keep giving the support. And hey, man, always remember, if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. It's the pick with the VP, DOC, and we are out. Fuck Johnny Wrestling.
And fuck Kevin Nash. And shouts out to Tony Plata.
Hey.
Poor man's Edward James Olmos.
Disorderly is a classic.